She took this bug-eyed fucking troll-ass ugly gremlin motherfucker's word over it.
Well,
And she,
isn't that what like the tends to happen in like,
yep,
it's such a common thing.
bros before hoes, hoes before bros. Like, and if you don't know that, get the fuck out of town. Like, I would have never thrown her under the bus. I would have never thrown him under the bus. I knew about their little romance a long time ago. I didn't say anything to anybody. Did I came on your stream, Glenn? Did I say anything?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Like
Mum is the word.
I had a suspicion.
And you told me about your suspicion, and I still didn't say anything.
Yep. And I said like I think there's
But
more.
apparently, she's going around blaming me. I'm the one that told everybody. Well, she can suck my metaphorical dick. I
Well,
didn't
and
say
like to me,
shit.
it was kind of obvious because like, why else would you interject yourself in the debate?
Everybody knew it.
Why would you get in? Why would you get in the middle of this? Why would you want to like push it back? Why would you care to like
Interject
any of that?
yourself.
Yeah, like it just like why would you? It just seems like it was kind of weird, like especially if you were not in a relationship with them,
Exactly.
right?
And I
So it
still
only
did
like
not
it's like,
say anything. I
and it's only
still
like
did not.
women rarely do women like put their neck on the line for a guy um that
You
they
know
are
what's
not
bullshit, though?
in a
What's
relationship with.
bullshit, even more than that, is that when I had my debate with Andrew, where like, and Andrew knows this, and I'll whatever, but
Oh, is this
where he
the
said,
red pill is bad one?
yeah, where he said he didn't know the debate prompt, and I proved that he knew it, blah, blah, blah. Sarah was mad at me. Sarah was telling me that this would hurt her chances of being able to collab with him. And now all of the sudden, she's sticking her neck out for some fucking moron like based article. Are you kidding me? And then
Yeah.
blaming me for being the one that spilled the beans when I never did. And Glenn, you have proof because you
Hmm.
fucking said something to me. I played dumb. I went on your show and still said that I did not have any insider information. And to this
Yep.
day, she is saying that I am the one who spilled the beans and I never did. And she can suck my metaphorical dick. I am done taking one for the team with her. She calls me her bulldog as if that's a compliment. Bitch, you are calling me a dog. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Man, I'm
that's
really
harsh.
sad to hear about that, Ashley. Man, it's a real bummer
Well,
that
yeah, it fucking sucked. It sucked, trust me.
Especially like a friendship over 20 years, like you would hate to see it go like away over.
Again, this is just not over YouTube bullshit.
No,
Like
no,
this
I
is
know. I'm saying
the
it's like,
nth time that she's done
yeah,
something like this to me, and I'm just over it at this point. I'm like, now you're going to do it to me publicly, and she was shunning me and like putting me in timeout, her usual bullshit where she's like teaching me a lesson, etc., etc. Like, no, fuck you. You learn a
oh
lesson
man.
now, bitch. You
that's the
learn a lesson.
one thing you cannot do to a woman is publicly embarrass them. Do not embarrass them publicly. Like, and that's why like when they say like, oh, a woman will take a cheater back, most likely because it's not a public embarrassment. Now if it was a publicly embarrassing moment, no, she wouldn't. But if it was something quiet and she only knew about it, yeah, she's more likely to take you back. But if it's public and she knows about it and everybody else knows about it, she won't take. The odds
Well,
of her taking you back is.
somebody in chat said they'd rather see proof than hear hearsay, but I can just say, Glenn, you've known from the beginning. Like I've told you, and then after all this came out, I told you the same. Like my
Yep.
story is not faltered, my story has not waived. Like it is what it is. I did not throw her under the bus. I did not tell anybody about their romance. It came out from someone else, not me.
Yeah, like but the way it came out was pretty hilarious.
Epic.
Like,
Yeah.
well, it was just like I don't think anybody was expecting that. I sure wasn't expecting it.
Shit, I
Um,
wasn't. Somebody called me and was like, "Oh my god, are you watching YouTube?" I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm unplugged." They were like, "This just happened." I was like, "Oh shit." I'm
yeah,
sure I'll
no,
get the blame for it, but that wasn't me.
it was
Well, check.
it was like a mic drop moment. It was funny.
Let's keep
What's
in
up,
mind
Siege?
is well, Ashley, with just a few months back when I kind of made that mistake, is mostly you being able to defend like Sarah with the whole thing about me fucking up and all of that. Is mostly you just giving correction on that and basically helping her with all of that and doing the whole dirty work with everything. So you've helped her
Thank
on that
you.
as well. So it's
Thank you
just
for recognizing that.
but it's
Like I said, I'm her
really
pit
sad.
bull. I do her dirty work. Well, not anymore, bitch. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Glenn, I gotta go, but thank you for having me up again. I appreciate it.
No problem, Z. Have a good one.
Yeah, you
Jeez,
too. I'll see
Coachy.
you guys later.
All right.
Zatoichi. Ichi.
Yeah, no, like there was some other good moments in there, like oh man.
Oh, and
There
her
was that one.
talking about the bratty tomato fund. Everything's gonna go to her daughter's health care bills. How about you trade in your $85,000 vehicle for something cheaper and pay the medical bills off with that, bitch?
Oh
Quit
wow.
Well,
placating to your audience.
let's not go down that road, Ashley. I know you're feeling a
Wow,
certain
I'm
way.
just feeling it.
I
Yeah.
know. I don't think like, you know, bringing like let's not do the personal stuff.
All respect.
Because, you know, we wouldn't want to be on the other end of that if it was us. So let's just keep all that stuff, you know, private. But what I found hilarious is like there's this moment when like Andrew's like, no, Base, let me tell you something. I really think you're fucking stupid. And like Base is like, no, you don't. Andrew, stop lying. And Andrew's like, no, like I'm being dead serious with you. I think you're a fucking idiot. And he just, no, you don't think that, Andrew. Stop saying that. And it was funny because it was like, it's almost like, you know, when like you're breaking up with the girl and like, hey, or the girl's breaking up with the guy and is like, hey, it's not you, it's me. I'm just not in love with you anymore. No, yes, you are. Yes, you still love me. You just don't know you still love me. Like, you're like, no, really, I don't. Like, but yes, you do. You really do. You just don't know it yet. Like, no, I really don't. Like, it was funny. It just like, I don't know. It cracked me up. There was that moment. It was one of those. Just couldn't accept the truth moment. But
the whole debate was that essential moment. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it wasn't even a debate. It was a fucking roast session. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, the whole point was for Base Oracle to prove that Andrew was a liar, which he was not able to do. He was not able to show one shred of evidence. And then at one point we were talking about Andrew smoking and his health. His
oh
health
yeah, that was that tangent was dumb. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like, and then you seen from the video there, Andrew capped it off by saying, "So well, let me get this straight. You're admitting that you lie and you're a piece of shit." And he was like, "Yeah," and it's like, well, so we're trying to prove that Andrew's a liar and a grifter, but what we actually proved is Based Oracle is a liar. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So this is one of those kind of.
it was kind of funny. It was funny. Like, wait a minute. So you just said you are a piece of shit and you're a liar. So then nobody should trust the things that come out of your mouth?
Honestly, that's an amazing moment. Like, I had no doubt that Andrew would absolutely annihilate him. And again, based off of what I've told you before, Glenn, like even just trying to be part of the team that was originally trying to help prep him for this, he
Yeah.
would get so mad at anyone that said anything that Andrew might say to him. Like, say you're role playing, right? I'm
Yeah,
Andrew.
you're
or
just
the second-
going through the motions. Yeah.
Right. And the other person's Andrew. And we're being like, okay, so what about XYZ? He'd get so mad and rage quit that. I mean, he rage quit his own Discord. He rage quit his own Discord. He is a fucking fool.
Yeah, what was funny is like he came, well, it was really bad because his opening statement, he didn't lay out what he was like, what is a grifter, how, like, what is he determining as a lie and how he's gonna prove it. And like, because you know, normally when you say like, so the topic is, okay, Andrew Wilson is a grifter and a liar. Andrew Wilson is a grifter and a liar, and
Which we told him was a stupid fucking topic.
even if you're running with that topic, you go, I will prove that with these three examples, you know, there's this plus this, and these three examples, you know, are my or 5 examples, however many examples you want to use, will demonstrate why I think Andrew Wilson is a grifter and a liar. But he didn't define it. So then by not defining what his position was, he left it open to Andrew defining his position for him in Andrew's opening
Been
statement.
there before.
And that's where like it kind of like went sideways for him, because then since he didn't do it, Andrew was like, now, okay, so you say I'm a grifter and a liar, but my counter is I think you are a liar and a grifter. And if you're going to say that I'm this, then here's the things that you have said. And then Andrew listed a list of things that Base has said previously that, that.
Which is classic based Oracle, not doing your homework before you
Yep.
make an allegation against someone.
So
Which is
instead of like,
exactly what we've all told him. Again,
Yeah.
trying to go from beginner level to expert level without doing the hard work in between.
yeah, so like instead of like Base like being able to present a case, Andrew made him basically answer for each point. Like one of them was like, Andrew makes hundreds of thousands of dollars on YouTube, right? And basically like, or Andrew's like, prove it. Where is it? Where's your proof? Well, I've added it all up and, based off the dono chats, and okay, prove it, right? And he would never prove it.
Because he
Like,
was not prepared to actually have this debate. It was a stupid debate topic from the beginning. We all told him that. When we tried to help him, when we tried to do mock debates, when we tried to do any of this, he would rage quit those. He was a bitch. And it was like, bro, if you can't handle this, how the fuck you gonna handle Andrew at the end of the day? And if you've got skeletons in your closet, how dare you point out other people's skeletons? Just like you said to me, Glenn, those people in glass houses.
Yep. And I it's funny because Base didn't even end up defining a grifter until towards the end of the debate. And that was like, it was already too late at that point. Like, it was like, that's where Andrew's like, so, and then like the whole liar part. And then that's when I showed you that clip where Andrew's like, so are you honest?
Right.
And he's like, no, I'm a piece of shit and you're not honest. Okay, so then why should anybody listen?
He already got called out for doing the one thing that he was preaching about, which is, remember how Based Oracle was preaching about being abstinent for over a year, talking about leaving women better than you found them, not going around just being a fuckboy, et cetera, et cetera. Well, then what did he do? Met up in a hotel room with none other than Our Lady Sarah, fucked her, and they've continued to have a back and forth, blah, blah, blah. He's ridden off of her coattails and her clout to get all these other platforms. So he's doing the very thing that he's trying to call out. This is bullshit. And he knows that it's bullshit.
Hopefully that, like he's not like leaving her worse than he found her.
Well, let's hope.
But that's like part of the Communist Manifesto. Accuse your opponent of what you're actually doing. But I mean, and this like ties into this whole kind of like, he is, if there's anybody in the space who's a closeted lefty, it's fucking him. You know what I mean?
Well, I've already said that, I think that he's a male feminist, by the way that he like pushes this like absolute male accountability thing, and like him making comments saying like, oh, if your wife breaks the law, the husband should be responsible for it, type of thing. I'm like, well, wait a minute. So you're saying that a woman doesn't have autonomy?
Zero accountability.
I was like, that's not good. That is not good. You want me to play the closing argument? I have to find it.
I would love that. I have not seen any of this yet. I've been unplugged for real.
Siege, can you get me the timestamp for that?
Because this whole thing just pissed me off so bad. I was like, I can't even watch it. Like, I'm so done. Outside of knowing that Andrew called him out for fucking Sarah, which again, I did not divulge. Someone else did. It was
I
not
know,
me. I will
like,
confirm it, but like it's already been confirmed. Like you said, their silence said it all.
well, like it was kind of like, when like the freeze, fight or flight moment, like
Yeah.
they just froze. Like there was like,
Because what are they going to do? Sit there and deny it and then be like, oh, somebody's going to prove it later.
well, I
No, we
think
are.
like, from an ethical stance, they couldn't deny it, right? Because if she denied it, right, then it would ruin her credibility as a moderator, right, for the future. Like, you know, it would just be like, oh, she's not a trustworthy person because she lied about this
Yeah.
thing or whatever.
To Lauren in
Um,
chat, Lauren, I'm very public about who I fuck and when I fucked them. But I mean, not that, whatever. But I'm also not trying to lie about it or try to go around with a pretense that I'm not doing it when I'm meddling in debates and different things with YouTube creators. So I think there's a little bit of a difference, but I get it.
and the only funny thing is like, this is like the same quote unquote degenerate behavior, like that he's like attacking, like, sex outside of marriage, promiscuity, all that stuff, like kind of hypocritical on that point, but we're all
Yeah,
hypocrites in
very,
my
very
opinion.
hypocritical. It becomes relevant whenever you're trying to moderate a debate, saying that you're unbiased. When you're trying to meddle in a debate, and then you go online and you say, "Oh, I'm doing this because I'm unbiased and I'm the only sensible person that can do it," which she has done. Also, when you're based Oracle and you go online and you say, "I am celibate. I'm celibate for a reason. It's because I don't believe in hookup culture and I am trying to leave women better than when I found them." These are the reasons why it's relevant here. And again, let me reiterate that I'm not the one who spilled the beans, nor did I say that this happened. I'm simply here talking about it because I have been scorned and jaded as a friend who has had a liar chosen over them yet again, and who has been mocked and ridiculed on panel by my supposed best friend over some fucking asshole on the internet that's been known to this person for 2 months. So I just want to reiterate all those things.
Yeah, but yeah, Siege is looking for that clip. So, and yes, I know Andrew asked her to moderate because,
I honestly think Andrew probably asked her to moderate because he already knew they were fucking. That's what I think. Honestly.
I think so too. Like,
Yeah, I think that's a
I think
smart
he
move
had.
on his part.
I think
He's not a dumb
yeah.
man.
Like, I was the original moderator, but I was gonna moderate the in-person debate that never ended up happening. And there was a lot of other reasons why that, didn't end up going down, but we don't need to get into all that. But yeah, like, so that's why I think like he just said, okay, let me just get with somebody that's on more his side of things and see if they will moderate, and that's why. Yeah, demolish doctrine.
Peace and respect to you all. Hey, could you, Lawrence, bring up that clip you just showed where he calls himself a POS?
Yeah.
Would you please? I want to point something out. There's an assumption in there, and there's actually a logical fallacy in there.
Okay. What's the logical fallacy that you're speaking of?
When Andrew replies, he
Let's make sure I get this correct.
Fallacy.
Would you say, and do you promote to your audience that you're honest?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I do my best to be as honest as possible.
No, I mean, but you don't promote to your audience that you're honest?
Well, if my audience asks who I am, what I tell them is I'm a piece of shit.
Can you pause right
I agree
there,
with
please?
your audience. All right.
Okay, so he says he's a POS, yeah?
Yeah.
And then Andrew collects his thoughts. Totally understand. I try to remain neutral on all these things and just judge them for what they are. And could you play it some more?
I mean, I agree with what you say to your audience anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you don't promote yourself as being honest. So there's no reason I should trust anything you say because
Could you pause
by
right
your
there?
own admission aren't honest and you're a piece of shit. If somebody comes to you,
Okay, so he just added on honesty, which is not a claim that Based Oracle made.
Well,
He didn't speak to his honesty.
Well, he asked him if he thinks he's honest, or he asked him, "Do you tell your audience that you're honest?" And he said, "No, I don't, and I try to be as honest as I can, but I do not assert that I'm honest."
So I think we have to assume what Based Oracle's definition of honesty is, because like I would never say that I say.
I'd never try to assume anything anybody says. I take them for what they say. So if this person is saying, "No, I don't tell my audience that I'm honest," or I don't, promote that I'm honest, then the opposite of that would be, so if you don't tell your audience that you're honest or promote that you're honest, is that safe to say that you are doing the opposite? Like it's good to like you're gonna question the opposite, right? You're gonna assume that they're saying that they're implying that they're the opposite.
Right, that's right. That's fairly rational, but I think we're still if we say something like Based said that he is dishonest, which is what Andrew says here.
Well, he actually explains. He calls it. I forgot what he says, but I'll play it where he ends up saying it.
And says, "I'm a dishonest piece of shit," which is what you just said. You just said,
I did not say that.
You did, well, it's an entailment. I know you don't like that word,
right there,
but it's an entailment. There's an entailment of when I ask, "Do you tell your audience you're honest?" You say, "No." That means you're dishonest. That's the entailment. It can't be
because I don't say something means that I'm dishonest.
No, if you don't say that you're honest, it means you're dishonest.
So do you tell your audience that you're honest?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do?
Yeah. I think I'm honest.
When's
the last time you told your audience that you were honest?
I'll tell them right now. I think I'm honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm an honest
guy. And that
guy.
makes you honest by saying that you're honest.
I mean, I'm not at least saying that I'm not, but let's assume for a second that all of them disagreed and they thought, "Nah, you're a fucking piece of shit lying scumbag." Fair enough. But my question to you still remains, would you ever believe anybody who came to you and said, "I'm not honest and I'm a piece of shit"? Would you ever believe a word that they said?
Didn't I already answer this question?
I would like you to answer it directly, yes or no.
Guys.
Yeah, so I already answered it.
Yeah, please answer it again. If you came,
I think that somebody who has the forthrightness to say that they are not honest, at least is being honest about saying that.
So wouldn't that right there, by him saying, he's asserting that if a person has the forthright to say that I'm not honest, they are at least being honest about that. So that would be him even agreeing with Andrew's, thought of like, well, if you're saying you're not honest, then or if you're saying you're not telling people that you are honest, then you are implying that you're dishonest. And that would be an agreement aligned with that, wouldn't you say?
So in fairness to you, you didn't play that part before. I'm going to say
I played it all the way to like almost the end before. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I missed it. I must have missed it. I apologize for that I missed something. See, that's me being honest. I just did not see this part before, and now have a difficult say. At this point, he has said that he is at least sometimes dishonest. Now, I would just wonder what he means by that, because I really can't tell. Does he mean that he has lied in the past, or that he sometimes says things even now that are inaccurate, or he could be misled, or even manipulating someone on purpose? Now, if he means I'm manipulating on purpose, that's being a liar, right?
Yeah, I would agree to that.
if that's what he means. But I can't tell from this brief stuff right here, unless
No, like, again,
unless
like,
you
we
know
could
more about it than I do.
like we could only take people for what they either show us and they tell us, right? So I think by him saying that, him being not honest here, and then also like there's been a plethora of not honest statements made even
Oh, I
before the
can tell you
debate.
firsthand, he's lied on me several times.
Well, that's like
Um,
anecdotal, right?
yeah.
Like, because that's like,
Yeah, but I
I,
mean,
I could say
but
it
there's
too. That's
not
why.
there's not going to be metadata on Based Oracle and his lies. He's a barely known person who's told however many lies, let's say 20 out of 20 lies that he has told. This is just an example. I know of 4 or 5. That's a pretty big percentage. So anecdotal in this incident is quite uh I don't know, telling.
Yeah, I mean, I have clips of lies.
I just sent you one there, Glenn.
Oh, yeah.
I think I can say of myself that, if I get defensive enough, if I feel like I'm being attacked enough, I get defensive enough, I go into fight mode, there's a really good likelihood that my logic is going to disengage and I'm going to become emotionally driven and I'm going to say inaccurate things. I might even at times, if provoked enough, which I'm trying to become a better man, but I might at times, if provoked enough, do something like make an accusation that I can't find actual foundation for. So is that what he means when he says I'm dishonest?
You mean similar to like how Johnny Specific spoke out on Speakeasy's channel?
Johnny Specific. That's like
Generally
avoiding.
specific.
Generally, yeah. Now, what did he do?
Again, to spur out on Speakeasy's channel after Glenn got into rightfully call him out on Flow State's channel. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, I haven't seen that, so I can't comment on it, but it sounds like you're describing a like incident as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I think in that way, we're all guilty at times of dishonesty.
Oh, I agree. I've always said that. I said that everybody's a hypocrite and everybody's a liar.
Sure. I've definitely
everybody
lied
has
in the
lied
past.
and everybody has been a hypocrite.
Sure.
In life.
Absolutely.
Like, there's been, I mean, nobody could sit here and say that they're not a liar or they have not lied or been a hypocrite. It's that simple.
I think the cutoff, though, is when you continue to lie, even after you've been proven that you're full of shit.
Yeah, if you're going to double down on something that you're out of fight flight, right, and you're now thinking properly, and you're going to double down because you know that you said that thing, then it definitely becomes a lie.
Yeah, here's the video that Teriak sent me that he wanted me to show you.
It's your boy Teriak, and today it's going to be a good one. For reference, here's the full clip.
What was your
what's up, good one?
interpretation of my observation of
the
Glenn?
way it sounded in the original day is that you were saying that he knew exactly what you were talking about, which I don't believe that he did. That's where my disagreement is. I believe you thought that when you sent him the message, he knew all the context of the message, so his response would be to everything as a whole, where I believe his response was just to your message and not to the article that was attached.
No, I got you. So let's go with that theory for just a second, that he didn't read the actual quoted message by John Zerka. Let's just pretend that's true, even though I think it's bullshit. Within the exchange, it was about 4 exchanges. I mentioned, prior to Glenn saying, oh, I'd be open to being his friend, I mentioned, so PDF behavior, and you have no problem with it. And he responds back, I have the messages. I still have them. They were in the stream. They're here. But his response was essentially, well, I'd be open to being his friend. So even if he didn't read the quoted part, he did read what he responded to me with, and I had mentioned within there. So now that he's outed, he's self-outed really as a PDF, but he's not taking blame for it.
Now, unfortunately for Based Oracle, he's just committed a grave error. First of all, he just lied about the transaction with Glen.
I mentioned prior to Glenn saying, "Oh, I'd be open to being his friend." I mentioned, so PDF behavior, and you have no problem with it. His response was essentially, "Well, I'd be open to being his friend."
Now, here's the clear lie. The way Based is saying this is he mentions the pedo behavior and then Glen responds. But like I said, this is a lie. This is a clear lie. Because as we see here, Glen mentions he'll be friends with him, then Based Oracle mentions the pedo behavior. Because as we see, the tweet Glen responds to is simply asking if he's your friend. And before that, he's your friend, right? There was no mention of pedo behavior. This is a bold-faced lie. And we know that Based Oracle is lying because he admits that he has the tweets in front of him.
I have the messages. I still have them. They were in the stream. They're here. I have the messages. I still have them. They were in the stream. They're here.
Oh man.
And if that wasn't enough, he then opens himself up for defamation.
So now that he's outed, he's self-outed really as a PDF. So now that he's outed, he's self-outed really as a PDF. So now that he's outed, he's self-outed really as a PDF.
Let me know what you think Glen should do in the comments, because we all know what Base should do.
Better call Saul.
So that's Based Oracle clearly lying, trying to throw as much shit as possible on the Glen by claiming that he said PDF behavior and then Glen responds, but Glen never actually responds to that tweet. And he then says that he has a tweet in front of him. So that's his character. That's what he does. He basically takes it, twists it, and then he lies. And this is done time and time again. So I understand, like, in that debate, it could, the first time meeting two of them, it could have been like 50-50 maybe. But when you kind of like go through all the history and all that kind of shit, and even the fact that Andrew has the clips that he was bringing up as well, Glen has another video purely just on the lies they told about Andrew. It's just, it's a defeated case because he's now been exposed by basically the whole community that he's just a lying piece of shit, which he admitted to, which, you know, it is what it is.
Well, this is a new section of YouTube for me, all you guys, GS based, Glenn Lawrence here.
No.
And I'm
Hold up there. Do not put us in the same boat as Based Oracle and Generally Specific, all right?
I didn't. What I said, the commonality was people I'm just meeting. The commonality was not, you guys are all the same. I didn't say that. But I'm trying to, you know, make you each your own maps of reality in my head, and I'm trying to, you know, get a rational grip on all that. So I appreciate you guys' patience.
Yeah, no worries. Because, like I said, like going into that, just seeing them for the first time, you can understand, okay, yeah, maybe it's 50-50. Particularly because there's a lot of like side tracking and things going down and all that. But like I said, like I'm more than happy to expose this guy for exactly what he is, because to do that to that level, because like whatever you're saying about Andrew, like to start throwing around the summons a PDF and to try and like basically dismantle their character like that, like I don't understand. I can't really, like, words can't even describe it, but it's very kind of like similar to like what you'd see kind of like in feminist circles and all that shit, where it's like reputation destruction and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? And to say that you have the tweets right there, but you're still saying that Glen responded to this when it's a public, like, you can go on Twitter now and look up that thread. It's just a clear lie.
Of course, for me personally, you're going to find me talking to people that I think I know something that would be useful to them and that would help them in life. And of course, people that are doing better than me, that are happier than me, that are more rational than me. You know, all I can do is go there and listen to them. I can't help them.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I just wanted to clarify, you know what I mean?
I feel you. Thank you for that input.
Yeah, because it's been going on for weeks.
the whole thing that Base Oracle's been doing to lead up to Andrew having that response. It's been going on for weeks at this point. As far as I know, because they've been talking about it for quite a while.
So, anyways,
Not these.
demolished. I've seen you over on Generally Specific's channel, and I will apologize for being a little bit too hardcore towards you, because we've just been dealing with a lot of shit from him. Was there anything that he said to you about Glenn Lawrence, like something that he said before, or any accusations that you'd like to get cleared up?
I
By the way,
appreciate
just
that.
kinda
I hold nothing against you. I mean, I think you're being honest to yourself, and just like everyone else, I'm just trying to understand you. Do I have anything that I would accuse Mr. Lawrence of? No.
Sorry, guys, I was on the phone with the attorney. But go ahead. What did I miss? Any good stuff?
I don't have anything that I would accuse anybody of. I have no knowledge of anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say, Siege, you still sound like a robot, by the way. You need to get a new mic, man.
Yeah, I really do. Up and down, but
yeah, no, just
Is it a plug-in mic? Is it wired direct? Oh, he's gone.
I think he's on his phone.
No, I think I've seen you over at GS's thing a lot. Like you guys are,
I don't know what you mean by a lot. I've been over there.
I mean, like I've seen you guys do like streams together lately. Like
sure.
Past couple times, a few times like in the last month or so. I'm not holding that against anybody. I don't know, like if like you have contention with me because of him, because of his rhetoric.
I don't accept other people's mappings of reality. I try to make my own.
I always tell people to do that. I tell people don't have an offense with somebody that I have an offense with just because you're my friend. I think that's stupid. I said you should always make your own decisions based off your own interaction with the individual.
What I know most about you, can I call you Glenn? Is that all right?
That is my name.
Oh, fair enough. What I know most about you, Glenn, was a personal experience. I think we were both on Flow State. I was presenting a syllogism, and you were able to, which I think better than most people have in my experience, look at a larger umbrella idea of what I was actually presenting, trying to address it directly, instead of taking small minutia that it's not really addressing whatsoever and concentrating on minutia. And I thought that was pretty impressive.
Well, I try to I always like to hear how people are, like hear what they're saying and get the gist of it. I'm like, okay, so this is what you're kind of saying like this. And I don't try to pinpoint things that are, I try to get the overall picture. You get an overall understanding and then kind of go from there, dial it down, fine tune it a little bit more. Right. But I don't ever just try to my goal is to understand people better rather than when I hear something I don't like, attack that one thing I don't like and just pinpoint it, because then you're losing what they're trying to say, because people suck at communicating. We sometimes we say things that we use the wrong words to try to illustrate something that we're trying to explain, and we don't do a good job at it sometimes. But sometimes when people hear it, they just get triggered with language and words and definition. And I understand words are important because words have meanings. That's by definition. And I think sometimes people just focus on the misuse of something rather than trying to understand what is being said, and they try to always kind of get a gotcha or a one up. Or I'm not trying to always one up or gotcha anybody. I'm trying to understand more than I don't need to prove that I'm smarter than you on anything. It's not my goal. I don't feel the need to.
Well, while I have the floor real briefly, I would say thanks for letting me on your channel. I appreciate it, and the interactions and everyone's participation in trying to edify and educate me. I appreciate that. And
no
I've streamed this section of it to my channel and put your channel in the description in case anybody wants to check you out.
No problem. That's awesome. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for the time, guys.
No problem. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Be well, man.
Well,
you as well.
right. Shout out to Based Street Racer. I hope there's a day we don't have to hear about body odor anymore. LOL. Anyways, here's to the vape fund.